Alright, so how did Anaheim go for you personally as overall an event? Take your time.
We got fucking shit on, bro.
Say what's up.
Oh, that shit looks nice. This shit quality look good, AJ.
Alright, my name is Tyler Blair. I'm the owner of Pressure Gaming. Pressure Gaming is a semi-professional esports organization. We have teams that compete in Call of Duty, play in major LAN tournaments, and maybe down the road other teams and other esports titles. This year is definitely up and down. I feel like we did really good in our first event in Vegas, having Cornell, STOMPSKII, Ritz, and then Anthony. We won like 3 matches, and we had a 5-0 comeback against Navi's team in the loser brackets. I mean, it was a good event. We definitely had a good team, and then after that, unfortunately, our team broke up. And we didn't have a team for Atlanta. So yeah, I reached back out to Cornell for Anaheim. I told him I trusted him. He could be a captain and find 3 other solid players. Then he brought Mark back, which he played for us in Vegas. Then we picked up GOOCHY, which is a really solid player. And then we got Chloe. Arriving to Anaheim, we had some players arrive Wednesday and some players arrive Thursday. But getting to the team house, it was really nice. Like just knowing we had a spacious property for the event right near the venue. It was really nice. The house is really nice, and I want to thank Jersey Legion for helping us get the house for the event. The venue was just like Vegas, Atlanta. I mean, it was a nice venue. Even though Infinite Warfare hasn't gotten the greatest recognition as a game, there's actually been I would say a good crowd turnout. Like every event's been pretty packed, and everything else is like the prize money, the support from the developers, everything's been there, so that's cool. But going into World War II, we're always gonna have a Call of Duty roster going into that event. I can't say 100% who's gonna be on that roster. I would like to bring back some guys that was on this team for Anaheim. We had a really solid roster. I mean, we just had some unfortunate things happen, but the roster we had for this event, they were like one of the most solid rosters we've ever had. Dedicated, mature for the most part. Definitely, you know, Mark, STOMPSKII, and Cornell, they've been a huge part of this organization for a while. I've known them for a year. GOOCHY, me and him have, I mean, I'd say GOOCHY is a great part of the team. You know, he's very mature. He knows what the team needs to do, and I just couldn't ask for better players, so hopefully we can have them going to World War II. Also, we might be going into CSGO. That's something me and AJ have to work on, and we'll see how that goes.
So we'll start with, you know, who are you?
My name is RITZVENT Venturini. I'm a streamer for Pressure Gaming. These past 6 months, after quitting competitive COD, I've been just on the grind of streaming literally every single day I possibly can. We're growing at a tremendous amount. The fan base is called the Snackback Crew. Do not be afraid to join the Snackback Crew. We're almost at 400, and at 400 we'll be doing a giveaway. We do giveaways every 100 followers, so make sure you tune into the streams, because honestly there's things that you cannot miss. Games that I mostly play are primarily H1Z1 or any Call of Duty title. A little bit of hub stomping action in between if I can, some comedic action if I can. Mostly I'm just trying to be an entertainer and interactive streamer, not really much for the gameplay. If it's there, if the flashy gameplay is there, just know I am trying my hardest, I am sweating, okay? Coming from New Jersey, coming to California, it lives up to the hype, I'm telling you that right now. It's just, what everyone says is like the West Coast is the best coast. It's completely true. Like it doesn't even match. It's unparalleled, unprecedented. It's truly like California is where you want to be, like in life. It's the weather's nice, the vibes are nice, and there's things to do all day long. It's honestly insane. If I could, I would move out here, but it's definitely a pretty penny, and I'm definitely looking to invest in California. Coming to California, obviously I came for MLG Anaheim. I had real high hopes for the COD team. Things didn't play out correctly, I guess. From a spectator point, I only watched 2 matches. Their 3rd match was early in the morning. I did not wake up for it in time. That's on me. But from a venue aspect, it was really nice. MLG did a fantastic job, if I would have to say. Like, everything was very well scheduled, coordinated. Everything was there, supplied to the gamers and to the spectators that we needed to have a good event. We definitely had one. The difference between watching a pro match and a friend's play is that you actually care for these people that are playing and like want them to succeed. The pros, you really don't have really a personal connection with unless you know them, and you care less if they win or not, unless you honestly are that into them. But like for most of the pro teams, I'm not really a big fan of all of them, just some of them on the team. But watching your friends play, you definitely want them to succeed. It's definitely doesn't even compare to the pros. The new COD coming out, only have high expectations for the org and myself. I probably won't be competing ever again in Call of Duty. Just don't think that's my lane. But it's from a content standpoint, I really think it can bring out some good content in me. I'm really trying, going on an extra limb here and trying to upload content on my YouTube channel, but it's hard. It's hard when you're streaming 12 out of the 24 hours of the day.
Shit, Mark, it's our fucking time.
Name's Mark Valentine, aka STOMPSKII.
Jeff, Jeffrey, Jay, GOOCHY, Meyer. We knew who we were playing, but we never really underestimated who we play. So we were just kind of taking a chill back, talking, not really about what we were going to do, but just keeping the vibe nice and light and bringing it into the match we were going to play. You agree?
Hell, bro. Really torched our time. I'm sorry, I'm just being honest, bro.
Yeah,
I'm sorry for being honest.
They did torch our time. I forgot their name. Rampage COD? Or Rampage? We played them. I only know one of the players. It was pretty easy. We kind of knew going into it that we were going to win 2-0. But we never underestimated who we played, like I said. So we just like came out swinging in the hard point. Could have closed it out earlier. It was like 250 to what? 152. S&D was 6-3. And then, we kind of just were focusing on the next match by the time we were in the middle of S&D. We played MRN. They're an amateur European team. They're not really AMs in a sense, but they're amateur in the European community. They were the 4th seed coming into this event just because of how they've been playing in Europe. I've heard a lot of good things and bad things about them coming from people, but we didn't know who we were when we played them, so we were pretty confident if we just played our game, we would win. Going into the first match, we were down in the beginning, and then we brought it back a little bit. We just kind of lost rotations, and one of the hills, if you do play COD or IW, there's a back hill called Graveyard on Retail, and we got 3 down. I think Cluey got a 3-piece, I got 1 kill. We pretty much wiped their team, and they spawned on the hard point, and that pretty much could have won us the game, because we only lost by 63 points. Lost 187 to 250. Going into the S&D, it was breakout S&D, and we were extremely confident in our S&D game, especially against a European team. So we just figured, as all European teams play, they all play extremely aggressive. Like, obviously you played them, and I played them too. And they played extremely passive. We weren't really prepared. We tried to adapt to it, but there's a lot of rounds that came down to 1v1s, 2v2s, and we just got out-traded, and we just got hard countered. We ended up losing 2-6. But we were confident going in. I say myself a little too confident, but I think we're gonna bring it back tomorrow. That's just what we have to do, and that's the kind of team we are. We always, when we go down, That was pretty bad.
Get the fuck out of here! What the fuck you doing there? You stop! Basically. Hold on, okay? I got one on. Loading exit, loading exit. Wait. Get the fuck out of here! Loading.
So in the warm-ups, I guess the first match we played was against Impact, which was at 11 a.m. So we ended up getting up pretty early. We were gonna head to the venue around 10:30. We got there around that time, but there was no more stations to warm up with. So we were gonna sit down after Impact played their match, leading into playing us, and the refs didn't let us sit down for a little bit. We ended up warming up, but like it wasn't really that big of a deal. We kind of just shot bots and just talked about what we were gonna do. So first map was Breakout Hardpoint, which is one of our worst maps coming to this event, and MLG, in my opinion, did a poor job of randomizing the maps through losers and through winners. But so we knew we were going to play Breakout, and we knew we were playing against a pretty aggressive team, and we knew we were playing against a team that used a lot of MV4s. Unfortunately, on our team, we don't have a main MV4, so that's kind of my role, as I use it on maps like that, like Breakout. What happened that map was we kind of just got countered. They had 3 MV4s out, and that was like a really big deal for us, as we never scrimmed with more than one. Otherwise than a long time ago, but we just got countered from 3 MV4s, and I mean it was close all the way up till 150, and then they just took off and held the 3rd and 4th hill, both rotations, and that's why we lost. Alright, so the second map was Throwback S&D, and if anybody knows my team, like if we're gonna win a map, especially against higher AM teams or like semi-professional teams, professional teams, we're gonna take the S&D off of them. So Throwback, we were extremely confident going into, and I guess usually on my team, before we added Cluey, I was kind of a main play caller, and then when we added Cluey, we decided to split the play calls depending on how we were feeling during the map. That map, we should have taken swiftly if we were like on the same page. It was really back and forth. We won one round, they won one round. It went all the way down to 5-5, and basically that was the only round that mattered. And I made a play call 5-5 to 4-push middle to counter them, because I felt like I knew what they were gonna do. And we had another player play call that we should sit back and play for picks, and it didn't work out in our favor. And I ended up getting put in a 1v3, and I couldn't win it. And I was just demoralized from the comms around me. And also, like, you guys probably already saw the video too. Everybody saw the video. I can't speak for every player, but I never lost. In my opinion, like, this is my first year competing, and at every event I've played, I've never lost to an amateur team to be kicked out of a tournament. And that was the first time that's happened to me, and we knew they were a good team, but we were supposed to 2-0 them. Like, everybody predicted we needed to 2-0 them, right? And we were pretty much the only upset that happened. Like, we just got upsetted. Not to mention, it was our 2 worst maps, but when we lost, man, I just kind of looked down and tried to process it, because, you know, people like us, like, we put a lot of time and money into this, and we forfeit a lot of, like, real life responsibilities, whether you have a girlfriend, school, whatever. and you sacrifice a lot for this, and coming out to lose like that when we shouldn't is extremely demoralizing. I know myself, I just kind of looked down, and then I had to realize what happened, and I just kind of got up and said good games to them because they're a good team. And I just know, like I said, if y'all saw the video, Chloe was on a different page with arguing with Jay Hayes and then some of the other players, just because it was kind of it was like in the moment, it was very tense, especially with the amount of people we had around us. If you saw the match, or if you were there, or if you saw pictures or the video, I have never seen that many people around two AM teams in a match. But I was demoralized, I was pretty upset, and I don't think words can describe.
Cornell, OHGEE, Crawford. Going into Anaheim, I think we all felt pretty confident. Me especially, because my internet's trash at home. and on land, I felt like I would play like a lot better than what I play in Arkansas, obviously. And at Anaheim, I felt like individually I played pretty decent. It wouldn't be my best event.
For me, individually, I felt pretty confident going to the event, even just being like an MB4, even not being an MB4, the only MB4 for our team. I wasn't aware we were going to play the same map so many times, especially when it was our worst map, but regardless, for me, I played average. I could have played better. I could have played worse. There were some maps where I could have changed the entire game by myself, and that's my role, especially in Search and Destroy, but I just didn't do it, and I don't think any of us did at all. And I feel like that's why we lost, to be honest. And then after the event, individually I felt like shit, so did he. That's what's up right there.
Alright, so pretty much being a captain of org right at the beginning and having to build a team was, I mean, I felt like I did a pretty good job at that. Finding like good players like Jay and Mark. Pretty much just like setting for like, I don't know, being an example, I guess. Like just being dedicated to playing the game a lot and trying to, I don't know, just be composed, show, like call out, just, I don't know, be an example to the rest of your team. I think in game, I just pretty much do the dirty work, whether that being in hill, calling out rotations, whatever. Just being good at throwing ones, I guess.
That's cool right there.
Yeah,
he got
just.
longer arms. I mean, yeah, he's the best uplink one thrower. He's the only person that I've ever played with that literally doesn't miss ones.
I guess since I moved to Texas, I probably will just be, I don't know, just playing like S&D game modes that I think I'm like weakest at and trying to get better at that. And then probably just, I don't know, just playing like whether it be like Money 8 or just whatever, just to keep within the game of Call of Duty.